Hello, my name is Anne. Welcome to my show. Let's get to it. Mystical Adventures. You're here. I'm so excited. So, I wanted to start the show by letting you know that I'm going to be offering a holiday special. If you would like to work with me from now until the end of 2020, so until December 31st, I'm going to be offering 35% off of sessions with me. So, it will be instead of $50 for a 25-minute session, it'll be $30 for a 25-minute. And instead of $100 for a 50-minute session, you can book it for $65 now through the end of the year. And I'm asking you to schedule it by December 31st and book it on or before January 15th. So I'm excited to offer this to you, my way to give back. And I know it's been a roller coaster of a year for so many of us. So this gives you an opportunity to work with me at a little bit lower rates. And I haven't updated my social media or website yet, but I will. I will. So you are hearing it first. I'm dropping this announcement live on the air on A1R Psychic Radio. So I'll mention that again at the end of the show and put that on my website and social media. Who is the spirit helper of this week? The spirit helper that I tuned in for this week is a crystal spirit here for the week of November 17th, 2020. Angelite. Angelite is a crystal that's associated with spirit guides, the angelic realm, higher consciousness. It's very soothing. It's associated with the throat chakra, self expression. And some people believe that it's actually a great stone for transitions and times of transition. And we are certainly here in the United States in a time of collective transition with our presidency and some tension in the air around the election still and all that is unfolding. So Angelite seems so appropriate to want to come bestow us with her healing powers. And the message that came through with Angelite is attain perfection by recognizing your own goodness and perfection. Let go of preconceived notions of who you were supposed to be. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Angelite is helping us confront our perfectionism, to confront the mask that we wear in order to receive approval or fit in, and to give ourselves permission to appreciate our own genius and innovation and unique preciousness and light, and to share that with the world. So thank you, Angelite. I love the Angelite energy. You can meditate with Angelite, and it can help you to connect with your angels and spirit guides, the higher realms, your own higher self. It can help to activate your throat chakra and also the chakra above your head and connecting with the cosmic realms. So, COVID cases have been going up. The presidential journey in America continues, and I know that's all over the news. So I just wanted to acknowledge that there's a lot of things to things to get us down lately, and there's a lot to cope with in the news. And I want to point out that it can be helpful to remember that the news is not the totality of reality, and life is more than what the news reports. And there are a lot of really great things happening all over the country, all over the world. And it's important to remember that. In fact, a few shows ago, I had mentioned that it looked like some study came out and pointed to the divorce rate was going up, but conflicting research, fortunately, for couples out there. It looks like some census data came out that's pointing to actually the divorce rate is down this year in 2020. And researchers are wondering why. But hey, it's a great thing. So I thought I'd share that. I'm not sure if maybe the research study I was looking at was using different data or which one is more accurate, but I'm going to believe that the newest census data because it is more hopeful. And I just wanted to share that with you. Some good news. There's good news happening in the world. And when we can remember that there's more to life than the news that is reported on or what other people are maybe focusing on that's on a complaining or shaming or fear-based level, then we open ourselves to expanded dimensions, to the possibilities, to hope, to inspiration, to creativity, to love. Angel Light is actually so great for helping us to do that. And it reminds us that there are angelic and higher dimensional realms available to us. Your own higher self, spirit, God, whatever name you use for the divine, is closer than you think. And when we tune into this higher perspective and tune into our higher self and use our spiritual practice to connect with the expanded realms of our body, mind, spirit, we can transcend the illusion of all of the obstacles and the illusion of the fear and finality and the illusion of separateness. We can see that an angel light reminds us to see the connection between us all, to see the possibilities, to see there actually are really good things happening in the world, even though we're going through this particular cycle. I'm sure you can think of a few things that are going on in your life that are going well. I'm sure you can think of a few things in your community and circles in the world that are going well. There have been births and marriages this year. There have been renaissances and spiritual awakenings and new beginnings and opportunities that many people have experienced. And I just wanted to reflect on Angel Light's wisdom here and just invite you, listener and viewer, to reflect on the wisdom that's coming through as you tune in to your higher self and your connection with the expanded dimensions. Have you ever done a ritual or said a prayer or set your intention or done something in that arena in your spiritual practice that has resulted in the answer to that prayer or intention in ways that seem to transcend time, that in ways that seem to transcend this time-space continuum? In other words, have you ever experienced the answer to a prayer that happened both forwards and backwards in time? You see evidence of your prayer being answered even before you asked, or the ritual or the meditation or shamanic journey or whatever spiritual practice you engage in. I've experienced that. I experienced that this week. And I just wanted to share that with you, that this expanded dimension transcends the time space continuum and transcends this dimension of the lower dimension of limitation and helps us to get in touch with and incorporate and co-create with that higher perspective and that higher consciousness energy that co-creates beyond those boundaries and helps us to find solutions to problems, helps us see the bigger picture so we know what our next step is, we know how to navigate. And I wanted to share my experience with you and also to invite you to connect with your expanded consciousness. Use your spiritual practice right now. And whatever that means to you, your way of connecting with spirit, and open yourself to the possibility that good things have and can and will happen. Remind yourself that our thoughts do create your reality. Your thoughts are still creating your reality. and co-creating this reality here on Earth and here in this time-space continuum and in this universe. So let's remember to use our connection with this bigger perspective. And this, I believe, can help us individually to move through this transitional period with more grace and joy, and help us as a community to move through this 2020 with more grace and joy. It's possible. I just want to remind you again that I am really excited for December 1st. I have an interview with Tina Angeli, who has written a really interesting book about her experiences with angels, near-death experiences, mediumship. She is a fellow medium here in Connecticut. Very interesting psychic medium. She's from Italy. She has a beautiful accent. I can't wait to have her on my show December 1st. So check that out. She's going to be talking all about her book. And Bradford Tilden, a musician, very talented musician, crystal and sound healer, is going to be on my show December 22nd. He's going to tell us all about his music and sound healing and offer some crystal prescriptions to callers. Should we take some calls? And don't forget, I'm having that holiday special of 35% off, which I will update on my social media and website. That will happen. So it looks like it's about 13 after. I want to check in with my producer. I think we are going to be taking a call. And the caller is being lined up right now. I caught my producer off guard because I gave him the wrong timing. And this is the time on live radio when you're spontaneous. And Spirit obviously wanted me to pull a card for the collective, for you, my beautiful audience tonight. So I'm going to pull a card to give us some guidance, whoever is listening. Well, I did pull the Five of Pentacles. And if you know anything about tarot, don't panic. This is a card about lack and limitation. But I feel the message here is don't buy into the lack and limitation. Don't internalize the lack and limitation. An experience is temporary. This moment in time is temporary. And the lack or fear of lack of relationship, love, resources, finances, fun, inspiration, whatever you might health, whatever you might be fearing or focusing on right now that has to do with lack, or the people around you who might be negotiating, dealing with some sense of not having enough. You don't have to feed that momentum. And the way to shift into more abundance and flow and love and prosperity is to remember the truth that spirit is flow and spirit is prosperity and spirit is love. And we are always connected, and we can create more love and prosperity and flow when we, like Angelite is guiding us, when we tune into spirit. And then we can remember the bigger picture and start creating more of a flow of abundance, love, inspiration. King of Wands. King of Wands for a collective reading here for November 17th to my lovely audience. The King of Wands is about confidence, fire. We are about to enter the fire sign of Sagittarius this week, which is about self-expression. It is about abundance and expansion. So King of Wands is reminding us you may want to look at your own fire, what inspires you, your own ability to inspire yourself, inspire others, to create an atmosphere of inspiration. That's what the holidays are about. of gratitude and inspiration, of feeling the sparkle and the light continue even as we are entering the shortest days of the year. King of Wands reminds us to inspire yourself, inspire others. As we inspire others and focus on what we're grateful for and what inspires us, it helps us spread that higher vibrational feeling. So perfect. It looks like we have a caller, Leanne, in Los Angeles, California. Hi, Leanne. Welcome to my show.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, I'm so delighted you called in. How can I help you tonight, Leanne?
I would like to know why I don't really get along with my son. Yeah, I would like to have a good relationship with my son. Yeah.
Let me tune in. Let me just have it'll be just a couple moments of silence while I tune in, okay? And just try and focus your energy focus yourself on opening your energy, if you would, so I can read you. Well, Leanne, as I'm just tuning in psychically here to the energy of you and your son, I heard the word guilt. Do you feel like he feels guilty or ashamed about something? Leanne? Hello?
What's the word again?
Guilty. Do you feel like he feels like a bit like he's withdrawing? He might feel
What was the word
is there
again?
guilt?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So I feel like that's part of the dynamic that I'm tuning into, Leanne. It's like and I'm just going to draw a few cards here, but just when I was tuning in psychically, it's like you're wanting him to connect, you're wanting him to join with you and to create this relationship and connectedness, but he's feeling like the door isn't open because of some of the guilt that he's feeling. Does that make sense?
What was the last sentence, please?
Well, I'm just talking about the guilt that he's feeling is part of the obstacle here.
Guilt.
Yes.
I mean, it's possible, but where's this guilt coming from? It could be a combination of many things, but guilt could be definitely one of them. But could you tell me more about the guilt part?
Yeah. Well, I feel like he wants to connect with you, but for some reason he feels like perhaps if he does, it will bring up the guilt.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I could guess that, yes.
I mean,
But
one way I
is there
might
anything I
interpret
can
that
do?
is, oh, I'm sorry. Go on, Leanne.
Oh, what's the other way to interpret it?
Well, that he just might feel, and I didn't hear that he would feel judged, but I'm just wondering, if he's feeling guilt is the perhaps barrier to connecting with you, perhaps he might feel a little bit like he's doing something you don't approve of that would come up if he got closer with you.
Hmm. Could you give me an example?
Yeah, well, it's the feeling, he doesn't want to let you down is the feeling that I get. Is that
Okay.
he wants to um he wants to look, you know, acceptable and good in your eyes. And I think there might be a fear of disapproval on his part. Um,
Uh-huh.
and um, I'm feeling like um, it's almost like he wants to be sort of have his act more together in order to like not exactly impress you, but to to for you to be really happy with what he's doing.
He doesn't feel good enough to be around me. Is that kind of like
Yeah,
what you're saying?
yeah. And I feel like
Okay.
in a way, and I feel like it's not that he doesn't want to be around you, but he wants to sort of feel his own power and he wants to feel um, that he can feel good with himself and confident. And I feel like the message is coming through is it's not that, he doesn't love you or there isn't a bond there. It's more, he's trying to, find a way to connect with you and just feel confident. And I feel like, um, he's going to be more open to communicating in the future as opposed to maybe as much in person. There might be more exchange of communication in some way.
Hmm.
But when I'm tuning into the energy of your son, um, can I get the first letter of his name?
A.
Okay. I mean, he seems like a really social person. Is he very social?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And is any of this making sense, Leanne? That is there something that you know of that he might feel a little bit insecure about with you, or um, that he, likes to, um, there's something about wanting your approval or needing your approval.
One thing I can kind of guess is I think he feels bad that he cannot take care of me. He you know what I mean? He's too
Mm.
young to take care of me. He feels like I need to be taken care of, and he feels like he needs to do it, but he's too young, and he doesn't have like money or power to take care of me. Maybe
I
that.
see. Well, I think that makes a lot of sense because I did pull a money card in the challenge position,
Hmm.
and so that would make sense that that's part of the pattern here is he feels guilty that he loves you so much and he'd love to take care of you, but he's not in a position financially to do that. And like I said, it's not that he doesn't love you, but it might be bringing up some things for him to connect with you, that he just wants to be able to support you so much, but he's just not, it's just not practical at this time.
Yeah. I, he he never really directly said anything like that, but I could kind of pick it up. That's what I would feel if I was him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And subconsciously, he would just like avoid me because he doesn't want to face it. So that was my guess. One of the guesses.
I think that's what we're tuning into here, Leanne. I think that's what we're tuning into. That might be the way that might be the tension you're feeling.
Uh huh.
May I ask how is the what would you say is the obstacle? How is it expressing in your relationship with him? Is he not in contact with you as much as you like? Is he not visiting you as much as you'd like? I know we're in COVID, so visiting is a whole different ballgame, but
Right. He literally cuts communication. Only when he needs something, he would talk to me. But literally, um, he doesn't talk to me, and he's rude. He's acting actually disrespectful.
I
So he's
see. I
acting
see.
out, you know, and I, I keep feeling like there's a way to resolve this, and I keep feeling like there's a way we're gonna have a good relationship eventually. It's just not right now, And
I
I
think
was
there is going
wondering
to
if
be more
there anything I can
communication.
do.
Yeah,
Uh huh.
Leanne, I think that, we've got 90 seconds left. I think that there are going to be improvements in the relationship. And I feel like Spirit is saying, as you're just continually um, expressing your love to him and letting him know that you're not judging him for not being able to take care of you, and you just appreciate connecting with him. There's no pressure for him to um, be able to be a caregiver when he's really not able to. I feel like as
Hmm.
you continue to do that and let him know that you approve of him and accept him and appreciate him, that is going to help the relationship. And I do see more communication in the future with him.
Right. Okay. All
So I
right.
hope that
I'm
was
sure it'll
helpful,
be
my
all
dear.
good. Yeah. Great. Thank you for confirming that. Yeah.
Oh, you're so
Thank
welcome. Well,
you.
good luck. And
Thank
thank you so
you.
much for calling in.
Thank you. Have a
Everyone,
great
I want
day.
to thank you for tuning in and listening or watching tonight. I think um, Leanne's experience with her son can be so helpful for us all to remember to stay away from those unhelpful expectations and remember to appreciate ourselves and others. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. I will look forward to seeing you next show. Have a great week. Blessings.